Let's talk about the hierarchy of impact. We want to start from the very bottom, which is slower, quieter, and bring it right up to the higher level demand of stuff. We're thinking about building through this. If you feel symptomatic, we want to, so that's heaviness, leaking, and during or afterwards, we want to kind of reduce the number, find the threshold, and then work on building that threshold. So to start off, we have stamping or stomping. So this can be like your marching exercise. You want to be sort of hitting the ground with a little bit of force, because that's going to engage the pelvic floor to get that impact working with the pelvic floor. Next up, you have heel slams. Ideally, you want the boobs or the bum to be jiggling here. So you want to be hitting the floor heavy enough that you're getting a boob jiggle. And again, that is just bringing up that impact into the pelvic floor. You can do these while you are waiting on the kettle to boil, brushing your teeth, all of these sort of things. Next up then, we have 1 foot hopping or skipping. So with your pelvic floor, there's actually more ground reaction forces when you're landing with 2 feet. So 1 foot is a little bit easier. So you have your single leg hop. You can do this traveling, or you can stay on the same spot. You can also change legs depending on how you're feeling. Once you have that single leg hopping done, you want to add in 2 feet hopping or jumping. So 2 feet hopping, and this is fairly similar to the plyometrics you'd be doing in the gym, or 2 feet bounding. You can take a step back and do it again if you like, or your 2 feet where you're skipping rope, whatever it might be. I like to build these up in reps and sets, so you can do 3 or 4, allow the pelvic floor to relax, and then you're going to go for 3 or 4 again. And then the last one is that, just making sure I haven't missed anything. The last one is that running, skipping, higher plyometrics where we're asking to go like taller, longer, deeper, that sort of stuff. We're focusing on powering off on 1 foot or maybe even 2 feet. So there's the kind of how you would work through it. If you're running, you probably need to be doing something that's a little bit more higher level demand, like skipping, to keep the pelvic floor working to its max level. If you're not planning on running, then doing something like 2 feet hops or jumps will be enough to keep the strength in the pelvic floor. But jumping is something that gives us like 400% of our max voluntary contraction when we land. So we want to think about adding those in to keep the pelvic floor strong, and particularly as we approach perimenopause and menopause, to really help to keep our whole body happy and healthy.